Good morning, this is World Cup Daily from Stoppage Time News. Everything you missed overnight in one sitting. Coming up, FIFA scraps its plan to sell off World Cup stakes overnight, but Uefa says it's lost confidence in Gianni Infantino regardless. Arsenal and Newcastle go head-to-head over Bruno Guimaraes as reports claim a fee is agreed, and a feisty Sydney derby leaves Tottenham and Chelsea level with a red card in the mix. It's Saturday the 1st of August. Let's get into it. Arthur here, and it's a Scottish Premiership and pre-season Saturday. Derek McInnes's first game in charge of Rangers ended in stalemate as Dundee United held the Ibrox side to a 1-1 draw at Tannadice on the opening day of the season, according to the BBC and The Guardian. An underwhelming start for the new manager, with Rangers' old failings on show again. Down in Sydney, the Chelsea-Tottenham friendly at Accor Stadium turned feisty fast. Sky Sports reports Kevin Danso was sent off for a major error, with the sides level after goals from Estevao and Tonali, and things threatening to boil over following a Conor Gallagher challenge. It's billed as the Sydney Super Cup, with a pre-season trophy on the line, and Spurs went into it without James Maddison and Matheus Fernandes through injury. No final score is in yet as this one continues to develop, but it's shaping up as one of the spikier friendlies of the summer. Elsewhere on the pre-season circuit, clubs keep rotating heavily as they build towards the new campaign. Plenty more on the transfer front in a moment, but for now, all eyes are on how Rangers respond and how that Sydney derby finishes up. Now to the story of the day, and it's a stunning U-turn in football's boardroom battle. FIFA has scrapped its plan to sell off stakes in the World Cup and other competitions, an overnight reversal after weeks of resistance from CONCACAF, the AFC and Uefa, according to The Guardian, the BBC, and several other outlets. But abandoning the plan hasn't calmed things down. UEFA says it has, in its words, lost confidence in Gianni Infantino's leadership, accusing FIFA of secret schemes, shabby backroom deals and faceless individuals, and demanding a fundamental review of FIFA's governance, the BBC reports. That's prompted fresh speculation over whether Infantino, 10 years into the job, can survive this one, with the BBC running through who might replace him if he goes. It's a remarkable turn for a president who has weathered plenty of storms before, but rarely with UEFA quite this openly hostile. Kate, what's moving on the wire?
Thanks, Arthur. Busy morning on the wire. And remember, these are reports, not done deals. The big one is Bruno Guimaraes' Arsenal and Newcastle are reported to have agreed a fee for the Brazilian midfielder, according to the BBC's Saturday Gossip Roundup, though Football.London and The Mirror say Newcastle are lining up one last charm offensive to try to keep him. Nothing signed yet. Over in Madrid, Sky Sports Papers Roundup says Real Madrid are open to letting Vinicius Jr. leave, with Arsenal among the names linked. Though the BBC has also warned that some of this Vinicius chatter could be a huge red herring, so treat it carefully. And there's a bit of housekeeping at Chelsea. Mykhailo Mudryk has been cleared to return to playing immediately after the FA and WADA resolved his appeal over a doping ban. ESPN and the BBC report good news for the winger, though what it means for his actual first-team chances after nearly 2 years out remains to be seen. Nothing signed, nothing official, but plenty in motion. Quick hits before we go. In Italy, Ronaldinho's decision to turn out for Ravenna in Serie C at the age of 46 has divided opinion, with The Guardian calling it either a marketing stunt or an extraordinary transfer, depending who you ask. The man who arranged the deal says he has high hopes. At Liverpool, the BBC reports intensity and smiles marked the first open training session under new boss Andoni Iraola, with Robert Lewandowski among those catching the eye. Manchester City's Phil Foden says he's aiming to repay the club's faith in him with a fresh start under Enzo Maresca, the BBC reports. In Scotland, both Celtic and Rangers are said to be chasing the same winger, Italy-based Gedjamis, according to the BBC, while a German midfielder looks set on a Celtic move instead. And at Manchester United, the BBC's Academy Watch names Shea Lacey and Tyler Fletcher as the two players most likely to break into the senior squad this season. Back to you, Arthur.
So, what to watch next? Manchester United host Atletico Madrid in a blockbuster pre-season friendly, one more test before the new domestic season inches closer. In Sydney, We're still waiting on how that feisty Chelsea-Tottenham derby and the Sydney Super Cup itself gets settled after Danso's red card. On the governance front, all eyes stay on Gianni Infantino after UEFA's public rebuke. Expect more reaction and possibly more clarity on whether he can ride this one out. And up in Scotland, Rangers and Derek McInnes will want a quick response after that opening day stalemate with Dundee United. That's your morning briefing. Stoppage time news before the final whistle.